I realized I had anxiety when, actually, I would have to say like 5, 6 years ago. Me having to figure out hung up in high school is strange and bizarre and weird. But I was in high school when I really realized what it was, because that's when I had more time to look stuff up on the internet, or just be able to find. I had more resources at that point. And it's interesting to be able to put a name to that feeling you have. Like, I knew what being anxious was, because that's pretty much my life. I'm a very anxious person, but I didn't really know, like, if it was something that could be diagnosed or not. But it is, and I self-diagnosed myself as having both social anxiety and just anxiety in general. And it's such an interesting thing to deal with, and I'm not saying this in a good way, because I kind of hate it. It's one of the reasons why I'm not good talking with people in general. Like, I come off as very awkward, and although awkwardness is a part of me, also I think it deals with the fact that I'm just very anxious about everything, and it plagues me a lot. But something that has kind of helped, I guess, is one of the one things I do when I'm feeling anxious or just very like scared about something. 'Cause that's another thing. That's another reason that my anxiety flares up, is when I'm like afraid or uncomfortable or something, and is I have to have music with me. And right now, one of my headphones is just jacked up, like the ones I carry with me all the time. Not these little wonderful babies right here. But I have another I have another set that I carry with me, of course. My iPod is jacked up right now, and it doesn't help me when I wanna kind of zone out and just be in the music for a moment. And so I'm just that's hard, like, to be able to not really calm yourself down in a situation. And that's one of my favorite things. Is the other thing is to talk to people. I already stated that I'm not good at talking with people. That's a given. That's probably another reason why I don't like talking on the phone. But when I do, it's got to be an important reason why I'm talking. And actually, last week, one of my best friends, Ellie, she called me because I texted her because I wasn't feeling too great about a lot of things, and I cried. I cried. I'm not even gonna lie. I cried on the phone, and because I guess I felt better after talking with her, and her just like being there for me. And one of the problems with having anxiety, or like just not feeling great about yourself, is you don't exactly want to talk to people. Like, you don't want to bother people with how you're feeling, because you don't want to mess up whatever kind of flow they have for themselves. And that's kind of always been my big thing. And people are like, I haven't heard from you in a long time or something, and I'm like, yeah, if you don't contact me, I don't know if I can contact you. I don't know if I'm gonna be an annoyance or whatever. I literally just can't. I can't even. And I hate using that phrase, like talking about myself, but I literally can't. It's so hard. But I feel happy when I do get to talk to people, because it makes me feel like I'm important, and someone wants to actually, communicate with me. And that's something that I feel like I do try to like branch out and talk to people, like just communicate with people on a more human level. And that's like it's one of my favorite things that I can do online, and not is just being able to ask someone how their day going. Even if I'm feeling like shit, I like to know that other people are doing okay. And if they aren't, I like to, tell them something supportive or sweet, because that does definitely help me in when I say life. Social anxiety, what I mean is that, okay, if someone has invited me out to go somewhere, whether that be to a mutual friend's house, not exactly mutual, or someone that I don't know, but I'm going there with a friend, I already 10 times out of 20, I'm gonna feel like very uncomfortable. but I will go because I want to be around my friend, and I do, in a way, I do want to get to know other people. But at the same time, it's hard to just go into a new environment and be okay. Like, actually, a lot of my friends that I do know through one of my best friends is because I met him during high school, actually, and a lot of them I get to see on occasion, which is nice. And they they like me, which is interesting because I guess it's my nerdiness that helps people want to be around me, I guess, or my love of gaming and anime and cool stuff like that. And just like in general, I like really cool stuff, and that would be taken as like geeky or nerdy or just insanely weird. um, but I think that really helps, just having a common ground with people, and sometimes it's hard to even get to that point where you find a common ground because it involves talking with someone, and I'm sure crappy at that. Actually, in high school, speaking of talking with people, I was very bad about doing presentations because, and that's like a big part of your grade in high school is doing presentations, and I'm not even gonna lie, I found ways to get out of it or just not do it at all because it physically terrified me. It generally did, and it's still something that as a writer, I know that I'll have to speak in front of people, but in the same way, I think I would actually do better speaking in front of people because I'm talking about something that I'm passionate about. If I'm talking about something I'm not passionate about, I will freeze up and start talking really fast to the point where no one can understand. I actually have notes from teachers who say you need to slow down. Yeah, that's hard. I can't do it. I'm sorry. If I don't want to do something and I have to, and I'm forced to do it, I pretty much want to get over as quickly as possible. It's so
This is just
hard.
something I really felt like I needed to talk about because it's something that I still just struggle with greatly, and I don't think it ever really gets easier. And one of the things I hate that people do is say, "Oh, oh, but it's really easy. It's not that hard for you to just speak up." And yes, it is. It's so hard to speak in general about, even especially if it's about like big issues that you have an opinion about, but you don't want to like negate someone's opinion because people's opinions are important, but they can also be worded really badly to the point where it comes off as wrong. Not, and even though they could be wrong in the moral sense, I do still feel like um, it's fair for people to like just to be able to like talk about it, whatever it is. Um, and that's just one of those things that I kind of hate about people uh, when they kind of just are like pressuring you to do something that you're very uncomfortable with. It's not gonna help me want to do it anymore than than I really want to. Like I mean, like real that they want me to. I have to, I have to feel comfortable. I have to feel like this is something that's going to help me, something that I can improve on. Not to say that I haven't jumped out of my comfort zone completely and pretty much put myself out there because I've done plenty. I've done it in a subtle way. I have to be subtle because any other way I feel like I'm in a little box and everyone is judging me, and that's not good whatsoever. Um, but yeah, I really felt like this was something I needed to talk about, and I hope you guys kind of know me a little bit better after talking about this really big thing that I deal with daily on a daily basis. Daily basis. Wow, can't talk anymore. Anyway, I will see you guys later.